energy seems off, it's because something really jarring happened on the way over here. I was walking from work, because I work pretty close, and I was turning a corner. There's this man, and he goes, "You have a good smile, but no ass." Which is shocking, because my resting face is like this. Whereas my resting ass is literally this. And I wasn't resting, I was walking, so the muscles were bulging out, and my jeans were being pulled tighter. I know it seems like I'm bragging about having a nice butt, but I'm actually being humble about the fact that I'm not successful enough to take Ubers to shows. Anyway, yeah, coming from work, do any of you guys work in male-dominated industries? It's okay, a lot of the best ones are. I'm an animator, and one of the things that's quirky about that is that I just, as one of the only women in the studio, I just feel very self-conscious about all the girly things I do. On the other day, my boss came up to me holding his laptop out in front of him, and he just typed the word babies into Google Images, and he goes, "Aren't they disgusting?" What? And I was like, "Why? Because they shit on themselves?" And he goes, "No, just the way they look. Their physique, it's grotesque." And I don't know, my woman brain kind of just activated, and I said, "I think it's nice the way they look." Just horrifyingly girly. I feel like I just set us all back in the workplace. But before we go any further, I have an announcement to make, which is that summer is upon us, and I love being invited to summer parties. So if anyone's having a summer party, absolutely invite me. But if I get there and I look around and people are dancing, and I notice that everyone at the party has shaved armpits, I will come find you and say, "What is this, The Sims?" Am I supposed to just stand here and wait for someone to come up and try to play Red Hands with me? I don't think so. Let's see. Do we have any Geminis here tonight? Yeah, Scorpios, I don't know. Do you guys know what it's like to be, bullied for your sun sign? Does that happen? Yeah. Totally. Do you want to know what's worse? It's being bullied for your Myers-Briggs type. Yeah, see? Victim is me. Because one of the only boyfriends I've ever had, really early in our relationship, he asked me what my Myers-Briggs type is, and I was like, "Oh, I'm an ENFP." And he goes, "That's what I thought." And he really latched onto the fact that I got E, which means extrovert, whereas he's an I, which means introvert. And he's not just an introvert, he's one of those people who's "I am shy." It's a rallying cry. And how this would play out is we would go to parties together, and from the outside you wouldn't have known who was the E and who was the I. Because we'd both be sort of mingling and having a good time. Then we'd leave together, and as we were walking out, I'd turn to him and be like, "Fun party, right?" And he would go, "For you it was fun. For me it was painful." Also, oh my god, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, he's German, that's why I've been talking like that. He was also an anti-vaxxer. I know. And how that came up is that I was like, one day I was like, "Stefan, my dad keeps emailing me being get a flu shot, it's so annoying, I should probably just, get a flu shot." And he goes, "Well, I don't think you should get a flu shot." And I was like, "What? Why?" And it turns out that he believes that the government puts trace amounts of the virus in every flu shot, and that once we all get it, you're nodding. No, they're gonna. Okay. And he believes that once we all have the flu shot and the virus, they're gonna activate it. We're all gonna fall extremely ill and have to buy back medication from them. So he doesn't get flu shots. And this was 2 years ago. At the time, I was like, that sounds about right. And I didn't get a flu shot that year. You guys judging me a little bit? What? Because if you're not judging me, you're literally part of the problem. A full house of anti-vaxxers. Love it. But I'm not with him anymore, which is fine. I'm out in the market. And I would say one of my favorite dating trends right now is when I start seeing someone who thinks that they have large hands. And then we'll eventually hook up and be lying there together afterwards. We'll compare hand sizes. Mine are bigger. They'll be shocked, and I'll just act nonchalant. And I know that sounds niche, but it's happened to me 4 times in the last 5 times. I love it. Let's see, who uses Gmail? You like Gmail?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that actually tell who's gonna, be a sexual predator because they really look just like anyone else. Which is mostly true, except for the fact that the guy who sexually harassed me at my high school summer job, his email account was deepdowntraumahound@earthlink.net. And I'm like, wow, I wish all predators would self-identify as trauma hounds. And I also wish they all used Earthlink. But no, I'm on Gmail all the time. I got a crazy email actually yesterday from this man that I used to be in a stop motion animation class with, because I am very quirky. And he was asking if I wanted to donate money to his GoFundMe account for the body horror short film he's making. And I was just like, what, body horror? Isn't having a body already horrifying? Why do you have to make more horror? Have you ever been 12 and invited to a pool party? I'm getting a few blank stares. I'll just remind you what that's like. It's basically you're very excited because you get to hang out with the popular girls. But then you remember that none of the popular girls have arm hair. Your arms are covered in hair. So you have to go into the bathroom, fish around in the garbage can for one of your mom's old disposable razors and try to dry shave both your arms before the party starts. And then you get to the party and you're kind of standing like this so that no one can see your body while you're waiting for a breath holding contest to start. And then you look down and there are still some hairs on your wrist. So you have to go into this girl's house, find the bathroom, and see if her mom's thrown away any disposable razors lately so you can finish the job. So I did not donate to his GoFundMe account. So get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, that got anyway. My other favorite dating trend is when someone who's previously told me I'm ugly to my face calls me on the phone late at night and says, if you got any prettier, my eyes would break. Which technically isn't a trend because right now only my grandmother does that. But, I also love it. So before I had the job I have now, I worked in an office that had a lot more women, which is great. I really fit in there. But the thing that was off-putting about it was that of my 9 coworkers, 4 of them had long red hair. And, when there are 1 or 2 redheads in a room, it doesn't really bother me. But when there are any more than that, it just feels incestuous, when we were all together at work, it would feel like we were in a cult where everyone had the same dad. Except that I was born last, so by then his seed was all dried out, and I only got this hair color. So, anyway, I'll leave you with this. I had a great phone call with my mom the other day. We were catching up and talking about books we're both reading. And I was like, yeah, my friend sent me the PDF for this really cool book called The Ethical Slut, which is about non-monogamy and how you can love more than one person in a healthy way. It's so interesting. And she goes, I couldn't do that. And I was like, what? And she goes, read a whole book off the computer screen. And that was beautiful because I thought she was ethics shaming me, but she was actually being vulnerable about having weak eyes. Anyway, that's been me. Thank you guys so much.